Hey, Don here. Okay, back with another live stream. I'm going to take up where I left off with using, let's see, get the names right. Yeah, Etcher. Um, I've already installed it on this machine and was going to try it out, but I just tried it out I just stuck my USB stick in there and it said it wasn't a bootable device. And so, since this is really made, it's only made for writing to SD cards. I thought, well, I better try it on the SD card. And then I thought, okay, wait a minute, I had forgotten my Acer laptop that was my server that I'm not using right now because it's not booting up right. One time it'll boot, another time it won't. I think it's the battery, but I'm not 100% sure. It actually wonky. I messed with it a bit, got it booted up, and I'm going to try it on there, so I guess I'll have to reinstall this again. Let's see. What page is this? Yeah, that's the page where you can download it, and it has the instructions. What I'm going to do is save that whole page so I'll have the instructions. But I can't have those special characters in there, and I don't want a bunch of extra junk that I don't need either. So let's rename it. Yeah, see, it says in the title of the page, right, image, just your SD cards. It looks like it'll be real easy. That's what they advertise. And I read article. I've seen it in two places just today, recommending it. So I think it's worth. That's ETCHER. Oops. There we go. Etcher. Okay. Hopefully I got that right. I'm not going to let. I have that checking everything I download, but I'm not worried about this web page too much. It'll just download the page with the instructions and everything. I'm going to. Oh yeah, I can get it over there. I've already got remote desktop connection to the other machine, and that's how I can do it. So I won't have to worry about, if I have to use the camera, I've got it sitting there like that. But of course, it looks bad. I can't get it in a better place than that. So, well, I can have it a little bit better, but my doggone mic stand that I'm using as a tripod, the legs are breaking off of it. It's only got three left, I think. Yeah, it had five, now it's got three. It has to be leaning up against something to stand up now. So, haven't done anything about that. Let's see. So the instructions, I will need them again. Well, I'll just probably download it on that machine, and just go through it again. But what I'll need is, is to copy and paste these. Get that, the Etcher Debane, not Debane, we want. I had clicked on a link. Let's see. Let's just do that. Go back a page. No. Oh, I must have got there from here. Okay. There we go. Fedora. Red Hat Real. Most of the times they say Fedora, Red Hat Real, but these guys, they start with Red Hat. And so it makes it harder to find. I was looking for Fedora. So anyway, I've got to run that command on that machine like I did before, and then DNF Y install. And then I'll have it installed on there. But I think before I run over there to do that, I'll go ahead and look at it one more time. I got the SD card, the one that was in the server. I took it out. It's in an SD card adapter, so it's full-size SD card. And, it makes it, work as a full-size SD card. Where is it? I have the adapter in my hand, but I don't see the card. I didn't, surely it didn't fall out, or I didn't pull it out. So it's not in my, of course I didn't really think I'd need the camera, but now I wish I had the camera. so it's always so hard to get in there. But here's my adapter, and you can't really see it. If I zoomed out, it wouldn't really help, so I'm not going to do that. But I just happened to notice, even without my magnifying glass, there's nothing in it. I thought I had taken it out, but I don't know why I would have left the adapter. The adapter was in the other USB adapter. This one here is you know, it doesn't have anything in it either. So I didn't notice that. Surely it didn't just fall out of there when I was carrying it around and stuff. Did it? Get up here and look. Let's see, where's my... I'll go ahead and... I'm on the camera, right? Yeah, camera. Oh, I had it all zoomed in and everything. What am I on? 63. We'll zoom out. Did that do it? Yeah. It's still a little... I'm going to leave the... Well, that's not hard to change either. Take it off of... I got it on 4. And now the lighting will be more... The only thing that gets wonky is the... when you have a really white screen. That's why you have to do that. But, let's see. Really don't know where to go. That's probably the best place to go. Okay, so... I'm going to look around here and make sure it didn't just hit the floor. Or the desk. It's one of those micro SD cards, really small ones that fit your phone. Easy to destroy if it's in the floor. Let me get down here and look. Okay, well, that's my back's hurting bending over like that, even just for that short time. It's not anywhere I can see it. Kind of thought I had already taken it out and was fiddling with it, and that it was sitting right there on my desk, you know, at the beginning of the day here, or the night, or doing all this. That's what I really thought. So I was surprised that it wasn't either in that USB adapter or sitting there close. I got this chair where I can sit in it. I can only sit in this chair one way. The wheels are sore out. Everything I got needs some attention. Alright, so I do have the SD card, the full-size SD card. It's only a 4 gigabyte, and this other one I'm looking for is a 32 gigabyte. That's what I thought would be, you know, it's a good one to do this with. The only thing else I can figure is maybe the I saw the battery almost empty on the laptop screen there, but that's how it stays. It won't charge up anymore. So that may be all that's really wrong with it. And I saw a piece of paper I'd written down I'd found one for $20. Probably went up now, so I didn't get it. But I was afraid that it wasn't even really what was wrong with it, and then I really didn't want to keep it as my server, so I hated to spend any more money on it. I have bought a power supply for it, and I guess that's all I really bought for it. But it has a broken screen. The touchpad doesn't work. Runs good when it was running. Ran real. It's a 2 gigahertz dual core. You know, it runs good. It's more powerful than this one I'm doing my monitoring with. You know, that little 1.6 gigahertz machine. But anyway, for a server, I didn't need the monitor. There's just enough of it, about the top left corner works, so I can see whether or not the server was booted up, and that was okay. Plus, I could plug the VGA cable into it, but I never did when I was running it as a server. I had it to where I could, well, if I log in and then open start up Mate Desktop, then I can start up KRFB and do a remote desktop. That's what I usually do. But you have to be able to see it good enough to get that going, though. But anyway, I have that 4 gigabyte one already in the Acer laptop. So I think I will go ahead and install the program on the Acer laptop. It's running Fedora 29. The one I'm working on here is Fedora 28. So they're close enough to be, you know, I'm pretty sure it'll work. But I mean, maybe that little SD card, at first thing I did is I stuck my thumb in the little slot and was trying to pull that thing out, and it didn't come out, but I could have actually didn't, you know, pulled the SD card out and didn't realize it. And then when I did get the whole thing out, it just was laying in the server. I'm going to have to go look, but I'm not going to do it right now. I'll go ahead and see if any of this business will even work first. There we go. So, where's the full screen? Control, what is it? How do you get to full screen? F11, yeah. Yeah, I'll probably show up a little better on the video. Won't it? Yeah, I think so. Okay. The reason it's in an odd shape, you know, it's not widescreen, is because I have that laptop set to show the same size on both screens so that I can see on either one I'm on. You know, if I'm on the so if I have to, I can read what's on that broken screen or on the remote desktop, and so it makes it, you know, square. And so I just copied and pasted that we get command and address to add that repo to this one, and then we want to do. I'm logged in as root. Even in the GUI, it was just easier. As a matter of fact, I think it turned out, I tried to set it up where I could open Mate Desktop in my regular user or in the root user, and for some reason, the last couple of times I tried to log in to open up Mate Desktop when I'm logged in as my regular user, it wouldn't start. It had an error, but it works in root. I always forget which one, but I just kind of guess, and which one of them works, one doesn't. Root works. So that's why I don't have to type in SU or anything. I would only do this for, you know, special times like this, administrative purposes, I wouldn't run the machine like this. Whenever it's running as a server, I don't log into it at all. I guess we can make that big enough so we can see what's going on there. It does make the text bigger. It's easier to see. So let me check my audio. Yep, it's working. Okay, so if you didn't see me doing this in the previous video, you can see how it goes in this one. Remote desktop is a really cool way to work when you have, especially like when you're trying to do videos, you know, and you want to show what you're doing. Even if you have a good camera, you know, and a good tripod and everything, where you can, you know, get a good picture of your screen, it still doesn't look near as clear as it does with desktop video. You know? So since all I have is these old phones, and got too many things that I'd like to buy, but for the longest time I couldn't buy anything. Now I can buy a thing or two here and there, but I don't want to waste money, you know. But I always have liked fixing up old stuff anyway. When I was growing up, it was bicycles and motorcycles, and then cars and trucks, and woodworking, and actually before I was a cabinet maker, I used to get old, you know, cabinets, you know, like hutches or something, and refinish them. Or one time there was one that was really ugly, but I liked the wood, and I cut it all out and had big wide boards, and it was solid wood. Cut it all up and made small things out of it years ago, back in the 70s. I was a reuser before anybody started calling it that. I don't remember what we called it. We had a popular term for it. It wasn't a reuse or whatever. There's 2 or 3 words they like to say all the time now. I'm forgetting right now what they said. There was one popular word that everybody liked to say back then, but I can't even remember it. Back in 75, let's see, when did I did that? Yeah, 75, 76. Okay, so that is installed. We should be able to look in the, yeah, I don't have the desktop search in here, it doesn't look like. Let's see, what is it we're looking for? I've already forgot the name of the app. I guess I can close that. So Etcher. Okay. Now, do we need to do anything else? Let's just get Etcher opened up. I guess I never did install the desktop search app that I like. It's probably going to be in System Tools, but I'll just go on through everything anyway and just see what's in here. Etcher. That's why I like to use the desktop search. I can go right by stuff over and over and not see it. There it is. It's because it's not Etcher, it's about Balena Etcher. That's why I missed it. Oh, I didn't download the image yet onto this machine, and I don't have it. Well, yeah, I guess I do have it networked, but I can just go to that web page and download it. Yeah, so here's the app. What is this? Run Media Berry Boot. Dev Run Media. Berry Boot. Yeah, that's what I have on the SD card. It's Berry Boot. That's what's making me have 2 choices to boot to. In the previous video, I was trying to remember how I had set that up. I have a server on there that I don't know how to log into it, and I don't. It wasn't for. See, what I'm going to put on here now. Oh, I guess I can leave that running. Fixing to get out of it. Okay. What I'm going to put on here now is. See, we need no. This just tells you how to install it. Okay. What I'm going to put on here now is MotionEyeOS so that I can plug in a USB camera, and then maybe later, if it works well, I might buy a Raspberry Pi camera. So first I got to download MotionEyeOS. This is, I guess, just the installation page. Oh, that was Etcher. Okay, so we need to get back to the main MotionEye page. There we go. Clone or download. Download zip. And all they have available is the dev branch here. And I did check that file earlier with, oh, that's on this machine too. I've already done the checking to see that the file was okay, so I'm not going to upload it again. Anyway, there's no other choices. When you click there, you'd see like other versions, you know. So there's no stable branch or anything. It's just the development branch. But I've seen, like I said, I've read good things about it. I don't remember the details, but I remember reading good things about it. So did I just download that again onto this machine instead of the other one? Sure did. Sure did. There it is right there. It's already downloaded. See how small it is. Okay, what I meant to do was copy that URL and go back over here. I'm going to bookmark that. And paste it here. Could have said paste and go, but it didn't. And download it on this machine. Let's go ahead and I think I'll close the browser, and I may need it again, but it's confusing me having the same browser open up in two different machines. Okay, now, under download, open with, save. Yeah, I was. Now that's how come it. See, I don't have any add-ons installed in this server, Firefox on this server here. There we go. But like I said, I already checked it, the link and the page itself and the file itself just a couple hours ago. So that should be fine. Now we get our image. Should just be in downloads. There it is, MotionEye. Okay. All right, now. Run media. Now there's no other USBs, and that's a good thing about doing it on this laptop. There is only two things on this laptop, a hard drive and an SD card. So run media, Berry boot, which I know my hard drive, you know, is not named Berry boot. It looks like the same thing. It looks like this is not a bootable image. The image does not appear to contain partition table, might not be recognized or bootable by your device. Now I'm going to say continue this time. Last time I said change and well, I could say change on that, but I don't want to change it. Let's see, select a device. There's actually not but one that it doesn't see the hard drive. Well, that's a good thing. Berry boot. Okay, to make sure I didn't screw anything up. You know, a lot of these USB burners, they will, especially they used to all would see the hard drives, and they always just warned you don't erase, you know, don't reformat your hard drive. And actually, there are times when you might want to use a hard drive. You might have a USB hard drive, or you might have had problems with your USB. You don't have a USB, and you want to plug a hard drive into your machine, write your live image on there, and then take it out and put it into another machine. So it's good to be able to do that. But some of them were selecting the hard drive by default and stuff. And so, you know, I'm sure nowadays most of them they try to make them to select. A USB or an SD card, whatever it sees, you know, and try to stay. We have to really tell it to do a hard drive. But so this one does that, and that's good. And yeah, that is pretty easy. Other than that oddball message, which I don't know what's going on there. I'm just going to try it and see. I don't care, you know, about what's on there. I think it's going to reformat it. While you're waiting, check out our featured project. Audio jack. Add Bluetooth to your old stereo system. Huh. That's cool. Oh, it's a Raspberry Pi project. I'm not clicking on anything I don't want to. I get unmounting. Oh, it was finished. So I believe it reformatted it. Flash another. Flash complete. Discover more. It's gone now, the one I was wanting to check out. But that's all right. I didn't want to mess anything up. I figured it would just open up Firefox and, you know. Is this that project? Oh, that's some sort of... Yeah, they're trying to get a pro setup going here. There's no telling where that project... I've seen YouTube videos about doing that. Pretty good detailed ones, but I just thought, cool. All right, now, it should be done. Now, let's go ahead and see if we can see what the files look like on there before we run in. Go put it in our Raspberry Pi. File system. Okay, this is not Debian, this is Fedora, so run media root. It's the only user that's logged in. Okay, that didn't find me anything. Oh, it's not mounted, I don't think. I think this did say it unmounted it, didn't it? I'll just go back to run media. I'll unplug it and plug it back in. Should mount it, and we should be able to see it. Actually, it might mount it up and open it for us. Sometimes if you're in the folder, it won't show up. Well, I usually use Crusader. I don't use this file manager, though. But, let's see. It's either taking a while or not sure what. I'm just going to close that. And I keep seeing that. That's my KRFB window, desktop sharing. Let's get out of there so I'll quit seeing it. Places. Let's just try going to computer and see if it. The Mate desktop search tool, that you know, that's good for searching files. It's not good for searching applications. There we go. DVD. That's the hard drive. That must be it, I guess. File system. Let's see if that's it. Unable to mount that. Let's try this again. Unless they changed it, I didn't think they did. They've done it for years now. It used to be in either MNT mount or media, where things would be mounted. Makes sense, right? No, they decided to go to run, media, in the user. Usually it's your regular user, not root. Nothing there. Let me take it out one more time. I don't know if it has a file system on it. It could have been that error was, it might have, I don't know what it did. It's not showing up there though. Let's go ahead and look in, let's see. I believe we will have departed. Let's see what's going on with this drive before we. It's always a good idea to do this, even though sometimes it's a pain to get it working. Because if you just go stick it in your device and it doesn't do anything, then yeah, unallocated 368 gigabytes. Something went wrong. It's just unallocated. I was afraid of. So I don't know, unless you have to unzip. It said you don't have to unzip it to use it, and you notice it saw the zip file and it did it. But it did say to unzip it, I think, in the inscriptions, descriptions, inscriptions, prescriptions, instructions. I knew there was a word there somewhere. Okay, so I started to say, well, I'll just format this thing to FAT32, but let's don't do that because I think that program, that easy program, not so easy peasy program may not be so peasy. Okay, let's see. We need to go back in here. I'm going to leave that. Usually it's better to not be in the one that it mounts in. Okay, so let's go to what I want to do. I'm going to unzip that. I want to leave that there because it takes 100 actions to get to it. Okay, downloads. There it is. Open with Archive Manager. That's what I want. Let's see if that's our problem. Extract. Oh, the extract button's way down there. You got to click it again. Okay, let's see. Selected files. All files. Recreate folders. Override existing files. Do not extract older files. I want to say all files just to make sure I get everything. Let's see. I think I will look through those instructions again. Let's see. Successful. All right. Close, please. Now we have a folder with our files. Let's see. Write image sh. I don't know if that's for writing this image or for writing the. I think that's be for writing the image that you want. Boot. Yeah. See, this is bootable. So evidently, this is not one that you can do the way I did it without unzipping it. I think maybe that was the problem. We might even be. It told it says to use that tool, so we'll find out. Let's see, history. Yeah, that's it. Go look at the installation instructions. Where are the installation instructions? Am I missing it? It's not there on that page. Let's look at our history again. Let's see. Maybe I never went to it in this machine. Guess I didn't. Go away. Okay, well, easiest way I can think of is to, since I didn't see it right away, I thought it was going to be on that GitHub page, but didn't see it. I think if I just restore previous session, now that's the download. So I think we'll go back a page, and that was the installation of MotionEyeOS. See, it is somewhere. I don't know why I didn't see a link to it. I didn't. Paste and go. All right, now. All right, installation. Download the stable release. It says download stable release. Well, we got the development release. Okay, and then name of your board. I may have downloaded the wrong thing too. Well, let's find. We'll just. I have to look again and make sure then. Extract the image, write the image to the SD card. If you're on Windows, Linux, this is not telling you to use that program I used. Oh, we'll see if it'll do it. Let's see what the first boot's going to be like. Let's see what the command, I didn't pay attention, let's see. So if you're in Linux, where we go? Where's Linux? Write image script that will do everything for you, including the optional setup of wireless network connection and setting a static IP address. Just run the script as follows. path to MotionEyeOS. Gee, that's the hard part, getting all that right. MCC block O. Specify the path to the disk and not to some partition EV dev. Yeah, right, because then you'll get your hard drive. Dev MCBLKO instead of dev MCBLKO part 1. Oh, yeah, making sure it's the root of the partition. Problem is now I don't have a file system on there because it got erased by that other program. I meant to read through this and I forgot. Got ahead of myself. I don't understand why. I thought I read to use, they were recommending to use what I just used. I don't have wireless on my Raspberry Pi. I prefer static. I will prefer a static, but I won't know what it is yet. But I might could run that later. Oh, you do that during the write? Well, you can always go back and do that. I don't know how hard it would be, but I have no idea what IP I would want, what's available. Any other should work. Yeah, okay. I don't do it with all those commands unless I have to because it's so easy to get it wrong, and then you risk breaking something on your hard drive. When booting the first image, the new installation steps will take place. Therefore, system won't be ready for about 1 to 2 minutes. Please do not disconnect or reboot your 2 minutes. Preparing the data partition on the SD card. Configuring SSH remote access. Auto configuring the detected camera devices. Oh, that's cool. So really, I have 2 cameras. I think I will plug them, but well, I can't do that. Then I won't have my mouse and keyboard. I'll have to just do one. I think you can configure another camera, just probably in the. I think it has some either a web interface or something that you can do that with. I don't know that it has a GUI on it, but usually I set my static IPs with my router anyway. That's what I'll do. Yeah, I won't do a static IP. We'll listen on port 80. We sent you with the user interface. To access it, enter the IP address of your board and the address bar of your browser to find the access connect to your router. Me. Okay. Yeah, that was what I should have read already. Okay, so we'll try it again with the super duper program, but I don't know if that, I hit the back. My mouse has 2 extra buttons you can do back and forward with it, but it doesn't seem to work in the remote desktop. Now, am I missing something about choosing your board? The one I downloaded before probably went through all that. Huh. I don't understand that. Keep trying to go back. The part about not being able to see commits, releases. See about releases. Raspberry Pi. I was thinking that's what it was for, was Raspberry Pi. Oh, wait, here, I think I found it. Yeah. Banana Pi Nano. Oh, Raspberry Pi 2, 3, 4. Board. So I did download the wrong one. I don't know if that other one would work on just that one. The other one's probably like a. Let's download it. Well, I'm not sure. Download it on the other machine so I could check it. I'm gonna try see if that's what I already have. It should be already downloaded. Yep, 57 megabytes. Okay, let's go to this machine. That's dev. Okay. Now let's go to. It's going to be an older version though, so. I'm trying to check my audio while we're waiting on that to open up. There we go. My mic was dropping down. Okay. There we go. MotionEyeOS, Raspberry Pi, 2019047. That's Raspberry Pi 2. I don't think dev. Yeah, there's 3 of them in there. What I don't know is if this is the same thing. So let's search. I had already copied in. Two oh one nine oh 911. Okay. Yeah, that's a newer version that I just downloaded. So I think what I'll do, I still want to be safe. I don't want to install something that could be infected with malware. So how did I get to that? Releases. I don't remember this, it'd been laid out like that, so let's see. Raspberry Pi. Mine is the Raspberry Pi, the first version B, Model B. So it's not a 2, 3, or 4. So that's all I see. Yes. Okay, now if I download that and then I'll let it upload to Virus, Pt2 Virus Total. Yeah, Virus Total. And oh, it's already finished. Make sure it's clean. And one checks the link. One of those links checks the page itself, and the other one checks the file itself. Okay, that's the file, and it's clean. And it checked 56 virus search engines. That's the page, and the whole page is clean, so that's good. 71 searchers. Okay, now. Yeah, that's good. There, maybe that will be helpful. Okay, so I did have the wrong thing. And let's go back to downloads. I won't delete the downloads. Oh, I downloaded that dev one again, I believe. I'm going to find out by just trying to copy it over there. Is it done? 57, 57. Try it again. Oh yeah, there's the bar that tells you if it's done is up there now, and I never do see it. They used to open up a separate little window. Skip, skip. Okay, now those can be deleted, and I like to keep track of my backup file that's being made. I'm going to leave the div until I'm sure about everything, but so let's try using our handy dandy little tool if we can. But we're going to probably need those instructions again. Oops. Where's the instructions? History. That's it. Okay. Now, this time I do have it. Well, I have the wrong thing unzipped. So what I'm going to do is, well, that'll be fine. I won't even delete that yet. I'll do it later. Yeah, I want this one. Oh, well, this one, well, it said unzip it, so I'm going to go ahead and unzip it. Could try it with that program. I want to see if that program, well, the program will see disk image writer. Oh, yeah, it sees there's a disk image. Let's see what happens. Let's go ahead and open up that program first. And, well, we should get something mounted over there when it all works right. This thing is only a dual core. Let's not have so much stuff open, more than we need. Okay, I should have put that. Oh, it's an accessory. Put it up there. Select image. That one. This time, if it doesn't, if it gives me an error, I'll just quit. Okay. Yeah, the IMGGZ. Okay, now it didn't give me that error. Now see, it sees it as just 3.95 gigabytes. It doesn't have a name or anything because it's not only didn't reformat it. It just erased it. It didn't even format it as anything. So let's see how this works. If it's going to give it a file system this time. It should. That's what all these copy things do. And it's only 346 megabytes unzipped. Okay. Yeah, and it's not going to. Of course, the hard drive is much bigger than 3.95 gigabytes, so no, it's not the hard drive. Oh, there that thing is. Okay. This time I won't worry about it. Flashing. Okay. I think the flash went wrong because it was just a zip file and not an unzipped. Or it didn't have, maybe it didn't have the, I don't know, actually. I just saw that it didn't work. I don't know why it didn't work. Yeah, this is showing a little more, well, I was too busy distracted by that. I'm not going to go to that yet. I just thought I'd save that in case I was interested later. I want to see how this goes. 9/11. Okay. Yeah, if this will work, it certainly will be easier than trying to get all those commands right and everything. I didn't make no coffee when I got up this morning, or late morning, and still wanting some. I decided after a couple of hours, I hurried up and ate because I was starving, and been drinking water all day. But I did have something I never have. Somebody went and got hamburgers and had a diet Coke or Pepsi or something, and I don't really like them anymore. Even the diet ones taste like syrup to me, but that one actually didn't taste too bad. It was from Sonic. And I went ahead and drank it. I thought, well, I need a little caffeine to help me keep me awake. But something about coffee, it soothes your throat. And of course, if the weather's cool, it feels good and warms you up. If it's too warm, then it makes you sweat. Lately, it's been making me sweat every day. Yeah, see now I think it's doing more. It's actually working right this time. I don't remember. I don't think it took us long, and I don't remember seeing this one that says validating. It might be on there, and I just didn't see it. That's a good thing that it goes back and validates. Now unmounting. I do remember seeing it say unmounting. I could have been just looking over at that distraction instead of at what was going on. Well, what they usually do is unmount, and then it doesn't remount it. So if you want to, remount that drive and look at it, you've got to just take it out and put it back in. Flash another. That's cool that you could do that. Okay. But yeah, it shouldn't. Well, I already went away from the spot now where it would be. Oh, I think it did mount it. 31 megabyte volume, 232 megabyte volume. Yeah, I think it's right. It may not be mounted, but it's showing up. I don't want to see this. Turn your receiver into with a Raspberry Pi and this step by step. Seems like Raspberry Pi would be just a slight overkill to do that. I've seen a bunch of tutorials how you can do it for $5 to $7 for your hardware, your little board that you need, and do some soldering and stuff. Still looks interesting. You could turn it into a complete media player with a Raspberry Pi. I mean, it's a computer, Plus, it has all the I/Os and all that stuff, I/O pins and everything. There's a lot of cool things you can do with them. Like I said in the previous video, I used it as a media player for the TV, as an internet, to get on the internet and with XBMC, and then later I forgot the name, what they started calling it now. Went blank. Okay, so yeah, let's try the 31 megabyte volume. Yeah. So here is our boot code bin, command line, kernel. Yep, now it should boot. And what's this? And this is the home and all that stuff. I don't know if they just need that to copy it, because I don't know if this one will stay. It may all stay, but a lot of times, like say this one will delete itself when everything's copied over and it's done. But you notice it doesn't have that. It's not like that other one. That other one, the development one. Let's go back to the downloads folder. Development one had that was what they were saying. Run write image sh, which for the development one, I guess that's the only way to really do it. And then it will. But you would have to you have it on your computer, just leave it there where it's at, would be fine. Run this, but point it to, you have to change those commands to point it to your SD card. But this other way, I think all I'm going to have to do is just plug in the card and boot up the Raspberry Pi, and it should just automatically start up the setup, I think. And of course, this card is only 4 gigabytes. It won't have enough room for all my videos if I use it with my camera like I want to do. But since I don't know where the other card went, I can at least see if it's going to work. And if I like it, I can always do it again. I hated to do it that way, but okay. So this looks fine. I guess I'll just even leave these instructions open. And I always like to have my browser in too. I have a way I do things. And, so I'll leave it like that, I think. Yeah, No, let's leave it like that. And go ahead and it's not showing to be mounted. So I guess I can just take it out. Now I'm going to go put it in. I guess for now I won't be using up bandwidth. I'll disconnect, turn that off. Close that. Yeah, that's the one I'm going to be trying. So I guess we'll get the camera. I'm going to get up here and put it in my Raspberry Pi. I'll show you the Raspberry Pi, I guess. Well, yeah, I'll show it now because I meant to earlier and I never did. So you probably can't hear me if I try to talk. Okay, so the case that it's in is an old. It's an old. Goes together like that. Goes together like that. You snap it together, and there's one screw that goes in it. And this. I cut this front out so that the DVI cable could come out. I made a little sticker for it, Mom's Pt2, so I named it. It was for, watching internet videos on the TV. And I'll tell you something that's kind of funky. The way it's, of course, that would be the way you'd mount it if you were going to mount it, but you can't. The connectors go up instead of down like they usually do in most computers and stuff. But I'll have to go put this. I have to use needle nose pliers to get a hold of it and get it in there. We'll put this back in the stand. Okay, now let's check our sound. I'm just unmuting that laptop up there. I've got it set up where that's all I got to do. Now my power. Well, first let's go zoom in. I'm just going to leave it on camera while I do this. It's nothing special about. Just gonna zoom back in so that you can at least see somewhat what's going on, because unless I've installed remote desktop on that thing, which I don't think I can do in that system, I can't show it, on remote desktop. So this thing I can do is zoom in as close as I can. Okay, now let me get down here and plug it in. Contact. Oh, now what am I missing here? Oh, I gotta switch the monitor to the DVI cable. Yeah, okay, it's booting up. It says detecting device, so on, so on. So it's working like it should. Pretty small print. I can hardly read it. That little blurry blurb that's moving around on the top left of the screen. That's the terminal window as it boots up. You see, this is something I wish I could show, but the camera would have to be not zoomed in because it get blurry when I zoom in, and it would have to be right here where my glasses are, right in front of my face. I'm just not. I mean, I could wear the thing on my head somehow, but then every time I move my head, it'd shake, and you would never be able to see anything that way. There's just no place to set it to the right and left of me. I've tried and tried. So what I usually do is put it behind me, but before my extend legs broke, I could at least get it straight. Okay, the IP is 192.168.10. What? .106. Why is it .10? I swear that cable. I changed the cables the last time I had it on. It got a .10 address, and so I said, okay, I need to change it to another cable that I thought would give it get it on my same. This is going to be on that other router again, I think. So it's HOI pre-address 10.106/24. It's not .24 like for port 24. Okay, if you want to see, it's finished, and now it's just a command line. If you want to see a friendly user interface, point your web browser to the IP address of this board. IP address of this board. This is going to be. Also, don't know what in the world the login would be, and it says my eye. Okay, but it's not going to show up on my router. I'd have to go to that router and point that router to this machine, unless I want to just reboot it on a different cable, which might be the best thing to do. Let's go see what happens, see how hard that would be to get to it. But, where is mine? Do I have a mouse or keyboard or anything? Oh, that's still plugged in over there. Actually, I won't need a mouse or a keyboard for this. I'll just leave it over there on the Acer. Well, unless I wanted to log in right here, but I don't even know the credentials to log in. So really, you just want to run this from the web interface. They said it was going to be port 80. It's 192.168.10.106. But the default gateway is 168.10.1, so I know that's that other router. DNS server address 10.1. That's that TrendNet router. I thought I kind of hand traced that cable, and I thought it went down to my switch, but evidently it goes down to that. I was just feeling, I wasn't back. I couldn't see the back of them. Wasn't looking. Okay, so you know what? I really don't see any reason to even try it this way. I just need to get a network cable. And that, I'm thinking of unplugging the one that's in the Acer because it's got Wi-Fi and I think it's connected. Let me get on my machine first. Make sure that is a very good idea. 192.168.10.106/24, which I'm not sure what they're trying to say there. Okay, let's go. Let's just go in the browser and see. I know I can't. I'm almost certain I can't go there. 192.10.106. It said go to port 80, and I'm sure it won't go there. We can see if I can get to that router, though. If I can get to it and log in, then I might be able to port forward, you know, to this machine here. I still would want to have it on my same router, though. I wouldn't want to leave it like that. Yeah, it ain't going to work there like that, so let's stop it. Oops. Touch in. Just for, no, let's go. See if I can go to that router. If I can't even go to that router, then I'll know that that I can't get into it without connecting directly to it with another machine, like maybe doing it from the Acer. So I have another cable or two back there in my rack. Let me go. Well, let's see. That ain't going to be working. So well, let's go to my router and see. Go to my router and see what's showing up. See if I see that TrendNet router. Novo, yeah, there it is. TrendNet router. And it's 192.168.0.127. Yeah. Let's just go ahead and copy that IP. It doesn't have reserved IP either. I could do that. That's not how I want it. These are really short cables. They wouldn't be usable anyway. I need to use a long cable. And the only problem is I've got a couple of cables with broken keeper tabs. Yeah, see, it won't let you in there. That's what I figured. It's locked. It's set to not allow. See, when it's daisy chained like that, then it sees this access is coming from the internet, and I have that blocked. You know, so if I'd have had something forwarded to, then it would have tried to go to that, but I don't think I do. Okay, so I'll just leave that up. I may need that. Let's see. How do I have this? Let me just go around there. Instead of messing with the zoom, I'll just go around there and see what cable I can get. Okay, got me a big 25-foot cable. It's the one with a broken tab, though. The other couple of two fairly pretty long ones I have are plugged into important machines. I'm gonna try and unplug that one and plug this one in and see if it gets a new IP address. I would like to know if this software can do that, like Fedora can do, Debian does sometimes. There, I had to get my wheels on my chair turned around where get my stuff back in their places and get my wheels on my chair to where it wouldn't feel like I was going to turn over. It will turn over if I don't get it right. Okay, so let's see if it's log back into here and see if it's a new device. Otherwise, I'll have to reboot that Raspberry Pi. Dell on Trinet. Okay. Nope. So we will, we'll leave it on camera. Reboot. Go ahead and switch over to the other monitor, not other monitor, but other machine. Way to do the Raspberry Pi. This version is to unplug it and plug it back in, unless you got a way to do it in the software. That has broken my SD card more than once, especially when the power would go out or something. That was the other thing I didn't like about having it as a. That's why I never set it up as a server, because I knew it wouldn't be dependable. If the power goes out, it's liable to break the operating system. Not the operating system, but the file system. And then you got to fix that. You can fix it with Gparted most of the time, pretty easy, but that's why. It's the number one reason why I didn't ever turn it into any kind of a server. I figured you should use it. If I was going to use it, I'd use it for the other things it can do, the IOs and stuff. What the heck? It still has a 10.106. There must be something. You know what? I have no idea where that red cable's plugged in. It probably plugged into the Trinet too. You goofball. I think I know let's go, before we do this again, let's go to the just let it run like that. It's funny though, if it was still the same router, if I changed cables, you would think it would give it a different IP. Screencast. Okay, let's go over here and get on the get on the remote desktop again. .115. Now I don't know if that's the wireless connection or the wired. Let's find out. Connection information. Wireless is 115, 0.115, so I won't really give myself a headache. And the other one is 10.105. I didn't know that that cable went to the Ethernet too. I redid everything recently, but I actually thought, well, what I did was I redid it. I used to do it by the length of the cables and which router I wanted them to be on. But once we got 200 megabit, download speed on our internet, then I wanted to use all the Cat 5, I have a couple of Cat 6s and 3 or 4 Cat 5Es, which will still do way above 200 megabits. So I put them on the machines that I knew could handle that, that had gigabit Ethernet on them. And so, actually, it turns out that this Acer laptop has gigabit Ethernet built in. I found that out by doing a speed test. But it's saying right now it has 100 megabits, but I have gotten the full 200 on a speed test. I don't know. Let's see. Oh, that's because it used to be over here and it was on a different cable. It used to be over to the right of my setup here. Or to the right of my monitor. Now it's on this one that I've had over there for the laptop for years and years, and none of the other laptops had gigabit wired on them. So that cable wouldn't help. I did see one that would though, and I kind of hate to take it loose, but actually that machine it's plugged into does not. Oh no, that's my machine. Okay, Mom's machine. Well, right now Mom's machine doesn't have gigabit Ethernet. It's only got a 100 megabit card in it, but that is a Cat 6 cable. It's in Mom's machine. That's the one I'm going to have to put up there. And I think it's long enough to reach over there to the window where I'm going to set it once I get the camera on it. So what I'm going to do is put it over there by the window or in the window sill maybe. I'll put it wherever I have to because it depends on which camera I use. One of them has a long enough cable. I'd probably set the Raspberry Pi over there on top of the TV, and then that cable could reach over to the window with the camera. The other one, it wouldn't, well, yeah, it would reach from the TV. So yeah, either one would probably reach, and I can set the Raspberry Pi on the TV or in that area and plug it in. I still got to be able to plug it in. It wouldn't reach from way up there. But anyway, that's talking about stuff you can't see, so it didn't mean anything. Okay, first boot, pain in the butt. And also need a break. So I will go take a break. I'll just stop the stream again. Last time I know it took me like 2 hours to get back, but hopefully it won't. Stop the stream again and take a break, get the cables that I want, and then I think I'll try to remember not to plug it in until I get back on my stream so I can show whether or not this one changes the IP address automatically, or if you had to reboot the machine. That's something I'd really like to know and show. Show and know. Okay, leave those open. All right, we'll come back in a little bit.